Hello, everybody. I'm Brent with Funnel Force, and today we're going to be doing some marketing myth busting. So I have a list of some things here that we've collected over time from people that have presented us with their own ideas on marketing things that should work, or maybe they're good ideas to them. And we're going to bust some of those today. So buckle up. Here we go. So first is posting every day. Is that something you should do? Well, the short answer is sure. But it's not that simple, because if you're posting garbage every day, what's going to end up happening is you're going to probably program the algorithm wrong, or people are just going to become disinterested in what you have to say. So if you can post once or twice a week and it's actually really good, you should start there. And if you get really comprehensive and you have a content plan, and you can basically do something similar to like what we do, agency style, is basically you have a whole bunch of stuff that you want to talk about, and then you cut all of it at one time, and then you can cut it up into small chunks, and then you can release that throughout your content plan. That's going to work a lot better, not only for your own time management. That probably seems daunting when you think of, how am I going to do all the posting every single day? You don't record those every single day. You don't go and try to come up with ideas fresh every single day. That would destroy your day. So what you're really trying to do over the course of time is look for opportunities for recent news in your industry that you want to talk about. And you can do that pretty much weekly. It's really effective if you do it from like the night before, but that's hard for a lot of people unless you have full-time marketing staff, which you could task them with pulling news within your niche within 24 hours of coming up with content. And that's just something to check out, something to think about there. So the next thing on the list is followers don't equal sales. Because a lot of people come to us and say, I need to get my followers up. That's great. I would almost consider followers as a vanity metric for a small business, only because when you are growing your Instagram presence or your Meta presence, Facebook presence, really the thing is people that are engaging with your business on those platforms. Because the more engagement you get, the more it's going to get organically shared, which is going to elevate your presence in the algorithm. It's going to share your stuff more frequently anyways, because there's people finding value in what it is that you're posting. So you could have a 10,000 follower base and 5 people engage with one of your posts. Well, I'm sad to tell you, or sorry to tell you rather, that it doesn't matter. Now, if you've got 100 followers and 5 people engage, that's going to look a lot better to Meta's algorithm. So then it may push you to another 3 or 4 people that it might not have pushed you to previously. And if you get one engagement from that, then it's going to push you to a lot more. So really, what's more valuable than followers is just engagement and relevant content. So I have some people wanting to, go deeper on the whole posting every day thing. Well, yeah, but how do you create frequency? And, I don't disagree with that thought process. The problem is that if you put out garbage, again, every single day, people just tune you out. So if you have thoughtful content that's going out on a regular basis, and you want to turn that up a notch and go from like 3 times a week to 5, do that. But as soon as people go from saying, hey, I haven't done this at all, and I'm going to just jump right into posting 7 times a week, it doesn't end well. People burn out because they basically blow up their calendar for the week. And that's not good for executive staff, business owners, people in sales. It's like they're trying to be more visible to their potential buyers, and really they should be selling. But there are smart ways of doing social media. Like I mentioned before, it's called batching, and you can record a lot of content that you pre-plan out that's relevant to your audience. And over the course of time, what that will do is that will basically save you because you're time blocking and being efficient with your time. So the next thing, why viral content doesn't always make money. Yeah. So a lot of people have come to us in the past and they've said that, viral content is what we want to make. And as cool as it would be to have something go like really organically viral, there's so many better ways of getting sales, because virality, I don't know if that's even really a word, but if to be viral doesn't guarantee sales. It just guarantees that you've got a set of eyeballs on your content like one time. And yeah, they may go to your profile, but if you don't have anything else good on your profile, or let's say you just started working with an agency and all of a sudden you have a viral piece of content, but you haven't really tuned your past post, or maybe even wiped some of your past posts that don't speak to your audience you're trying to go after, you're going to actually have the reverse effect. You're going to have people that you probably want to capture not stay on your page and follow you because all of your content on there isn't speaking to them. So they're going to see something really cool from you, and then all of a sudden it's not even relevant to their needs or problems that you're trying to solve for them. So hopefully that makes sense. The next thing that I think is really important for people to grasp from this list that we're going off of today, these myths that we're busting, is why boosting posts is a bad strategy. Oh my goodness. People, I can't tell you the number of people that I've spoken to that really just want to spend like $200 to $300 on boosting posts because they're so overwhelmed with everything else in their business. And they really do believe that just getting the message out there that they really want to get out there to the tune of $200 or $300 in this boost that they're going to do is going to move the needle. And sometimes you can get sales from that. The problem is that the targeting probably isn't dialed in. It's probably going to serve your message to people that you don't want being served to. And if you don't have some of the things within the Meta Business Suite dialed in correctly, it's going to waste a lot of that money. Let me ask you a question. Think about this. If you're putting, let's just call it $300 into a boost, and you waste $150 of that, wouldn't you rather spend like $500 with it being targeted and all of that money going directly to the people that you want to buy from you, rather than like half of your budget being blown up before? Because you could almost just use the math. It's like if you have 500 dedicated dollars going to something that you're not wasting $1 of, versus 150 of your previous $300 budget going to just a bunch of random people, that's not good. Because over the course of time, if you do that, 4 times, just kind of randomly boosting, you could have paid for a really targeted ad. So it's just something to consider when you work with people, especially like an agency. A lot of times the money that you're paying them isn't necessarily going towards what you think it's going towards. It's probably going towards all of the years of experience that they have with people dialing your message and making sure you have correctly identified your core audience, because that is some of the most important pieces that people never do. And therefore they waste probably half of their budget that they've spent on boosting ads over the years. And it's really sad. So we want to definitely help educate people on that area, that there's so many better ways to doing things than just a random boost, because it's just not good use of money. All right, the next thing here on the list, why marketing agencies fail businesses. And this is one that we have to battle because we're in this space. And so when we have an introduction to a company and they've had a bad experience in the past, we have to then overcome the burn feeling that they felt. And that's just like not good for them. Really what they're trying to do is they're trying to protect themselves, as they should, and their budget. But if you work with a good agency, what you're going to find out is that it actually saves you dollars over the course of time, because not only are you just getting reports every single month, they're actually sitting down with you and showing what the different metrics mean, and they're showing you conversion. They're not just showing you impressions, and they can explain different conversions along the sales funnel process. And I think so many people are starving for good results that they're just they don't want to hire somebody, but they know they need to. And so at some point, people just get so frustrated with not getting leads coming on a regular basis, they just hire whoever they feel like is going to deliver the best results. And unfortunately, they get burned half the time. And it's probably more than half the time, but I'm just trying to be generous. Uh, there's so many things that I could talk to you about on this particular topic, but probably the main thing is just go and talk to customers that have worked with the company and see what their experience is truly like. And if you can go and ask and like read reviews and do that sort of digging on the front end, it's worth so much more to you and your business. So with that, those are a couple things that we've done for myth busting today. I'm Brent with Funnel Force and hope to see you again.